Greetings and salutations, fellow classmates. My name is Sydney, and today I'm going to be teaching you kids about abstinence. Although technically I'm just regurgitating everything Mrs. Ward has already said, and you've probably heard or will hear the same things over and over again at least 30 times. So first of all, what is abstinence? Well, if you paid attention in class, you'd already know that it's the practice of restraining oneself from indulging in something. Now, we could be abstinent about a lot of things. Alcohol, drugs, dabbing, the usual toxic behaviors. But for the next minute or so, I'm just going to be lecturing you about remaining abstinent from sex for this particular video. I'll organize everything into two sections. 1, why should you choose abstinence? And 2, why do I personally choose abstinence?
So would you mind telling me why I can't just go around and have sex with everybody?
Well, first of all, that's disgusting, and second of all, there are two possible major side effects to this. One being that you can't control sexually transmitted diseases, and the other becoming pregnant or making someone pregnant. So since we've already discussed this as a class, I'll just go by this as quick as I can. HIV is one of the most serious, if not the most serious STD you can catch. It rarely has any symptoms and is, unfortunately, incurable, but it is still possible for people with HIV to live a long, healthy, happy lifestyle as long as they get the help they need from medical professionals, so that HIV won't evolve into AIDS, which will eventually kill you. There are tons and tons of STDs that are luckily curable, some more serious than others, but still, would you really want to roll the dice, so to speak? Condoms don't protect you from everything, Pregnancy is another issue, and I say issue in this manner because of course there are some women who want to get pregnant, although I don't really think there are a lot of teens that want to be moms. There are some ways to prevent pregnancy, but there is no staying completely safe outside of abstinence. Sorry. Sure, you can use a condom, you can take birth control pills, you can even get a surgery to block your darn fallopian tubes, for goodness sakes. But there's still a chance you can get pregnant even with these high statistics of being unlikely. Not to mention that some people actually believe that the male pulling out can completely eradicate the possibility of fertilization. Though sometimes it may work, I would imagine that most of the time, realistically thinking, it probably wouldn't. Aside from all this, maintaining from sex until marriage can actually help keep your relationship with your significant other much stronger than you might think. In a study of roughly 2,035 heterosexual relationships, those of which were around the age of 36 and were engaged in their first marriage, had found that the couples who had waited until marriage had an average of 22% better relationship stability, and the satisfaction was also raised by 20% compared to nearly 40% of the couples who had had sex after their first/second date. Another reason that some people choose to be abstinent is that they're not emotionally ready. Maybe they're in a relationship with someone they love dearly, just don't think that they're ready for something that extreme yet. Some people don't respect that, but that just means that they weren't the ones for them. Never fret though, you'll find someone better, don't you worry, little one. But finally, to wrap this up, why do I personally choose abstinence? Well, to put it bluntly, I remain abstinent for very specific reasons, one of the most important being wanting to pursue a career as an animator. If you're watching this, it has to be obvious. Sure, my work at the moment may not be impressive, but if I had a child any time within my high school years, my luck of getting into any animation college would be completely shattered. Not to mention, I wouldn't be able to practice or learn anything about what I want to do. Which brings me to my next point, my grades. We all know this, but if you want to get into a proper college, you'd have to achieve the grades for it beforehand. Can't really get anywhere with F's and D's now, can you? But this is one of the reasons why I try so hard in school and have animation and drawing as a hobby rather than my top priority. At least at the moment. So yeah, that's the end of the video. Thanks to the ones who actually cared to tune in and listen to what I had to say. Hope it was entertaining enough for you. It's gonna be a pain to animate.